Oh boy. Wow, look at all the people. Oh my god. What a fun time we're going to have this evening, ladies and gentlemen, and all kinds of different folks. Good evening, good evening, good evening. It is what is today? June 23rd, 2022. Welcome everybody to the 2022 Scouching Mock Draft. This is always just an absolute hoot. In case you're unfamiliar with how this works, the community registered for spots in this wonderful mock draft, and the community will be drafting. Last year, I made the mistake of not allowing myself to participate, which was kind of fun. But it also, I want to participate in my own events too. I'm a little bit selfish at times too. And I'm just tweeting out that we are live, so people can come if they want. I mean, let's just check. So the way that this works, if you're watching, please, and you're a registrant, please register that you're in this spreadsheet here on the second sheet under the tab sign in, just so that I know you're here. It looks like a bunch of you are all here, which is great. Hopefully we won't have to wait too long, because I know some people are on a bit of a time limit. And I recognize some names here that are not here yet that should probably be here by now, but we won't chastise them until soon. Until soon, he says. Okay, so let's just run through these questions while we wait for people. Once this gets to a more palatable saturation of human beings, we'll go. Also, there are some people, if you're a reserve, if you applied and don't have a spot, don't go anywhere, because if some of these people drop off, I'm going to need to be really quick with the DMs and sending you the link to this so that you can put your name in and do everything you need to do. So we're just going to rip through these questions while we wait for some more people to show up. It looks like we won't have to wait that much longer. I see Dovar Tinling is here. Good for him. Will there be any fourth liners in this draft I can sign to lifetime contracts, says Bim Jennings. It's entirely possible. I'm not gonna say that it's impossible. The first name that comes to mind could be like Nathan Gaucher. He might be a third line guy maybe, and you could sign him for 20 years if you want, Bim. So there's your free tip of the day. What's the percentage of Kenta Isegai getting drafted? I'd say about 5. Why is Frank Nazar so highly rated? Because he works really hard and gets scoring chances a ton. Pretty good straight line speed too, so he's an interesting player to watch. But yeah, I mean, he's a pretty divisive one to some people anyway. Who should the Sens take at 7th between Nazar and Savoy? Flip a coin. They're two different players with similar types of upside. I personally lean Savoy. Dayton, what's up? Haven't been a while. What's new? Well, I was at the Formula 1 race in Montreal this weekend, which was amazing. If you can, I highly recommend going. It looks like we're waiting for 2 people. Pierce, who I know wants to be here, and someone named Hugo. I'm not sure who they are, but I could be wrong. Or I might know who that... I don't know. Either way. We'll get there. But yeah, what's new? Yeah, so I went to Montreal. It was a great time. Beautiful city. Haven't been there for... it was my trial run, because I'm going back for the draft. And I will also announce on the stream, I mentioned this before, I think, but I will be at the draft for day 1, and the stream will be on day 2. So... I'm going to still try to get some content out at the draft. I think I'll just be uploading shorts to YouTube and short videos to Twitter. So that'll probably be what I do, and just sort of like quick little reaction things, and then you can ask me all kinds of questions the next day if you want. But I got access through McKean's, so thank you very much, Team McKean's, for getting me into the draft on the first night on Thursday. Thoughts on Stützle, Lafreniere, and Quinton Byfield so far? Stützle's coming along. I mean, he seemed, again, I don't know why. I always thought of him as a winger, but if you want to play him at center, like, it's going to limit his offense, but he's playing pretty well. Lafreniere seems to be coming into his own, but I want to see that in a regular season. He played really well in the playoffs, though. Byfield, I mean, it's easy to forget that he's 19, turning 20 in like 2 months, so he's still really, really young. There's gonna be some time to sort of round things out. But whenever I've watched Byfield with the Kings, he's looked great. Thoughts on the awards and the so-called backlash for Matthews winning his 2 awards. Well, everybody hates the Leafs, so whatever, that's normal. Thoughts on the awards? I thought most of the right people won. Personally, I can share what my ballot would be after the draft is over. I could share my ballot because I did make one. I recorded a video, but I just have not had the time to edit it, and now it's just out of date and silly. But my Calder ballot would have been Zegras Seider. Honestly, and what I told, I was on the Locked On Red Wings show, and they were kind of aghast at me for that. But look, if Trevor Zegras were playing in Detroit and had the season that he had, and Moritz Seider were playing in Anaheim, way more people would be talking about Trevor Zegras than Moritz Seider, and I feel like the voting would at least be way closer. But I really like Trevor Zegras this year. He was doing stuff that literally no other NHL player has even attempted before. Seider was great, though, so I don't really care. I think it's really funny that someone nominated for Jack Adams didn't get the job that he was trying out for. That was fun. But yeah, whatever. They're awards. Someone's got to win, and when someone wins, other people are going to be mad. Yeah, so we're waiting for 2 more people still. Okay, so tentatively, we're going to get moving, and if we get to picks 20 and 29, or I think that's 29, then we will cycle them out and say sorry to these 2 folks and move on to whoever wants to gain a spot. Yeah, is there anything else we want to go over before we start this up? Because we got to get moving here. I know people have hard out times. The other thing, too, the little 30-second mark, I can't point to it, whatever. The 30 seconds, that's a timer. So we're going to try to stick to that as much as possible. But I won't be like a jerk about it. Just please be sure to be prompt. Okay, so we'll get to the questions later that I didn't get time to answer, and we'll get moving here. So Matt, if you're here, I'm gonna start the clock, and we're gonna get moving here. Once we get to a pick that does not have a person picking, we will I'll check if there's anyone, like if anyone is in the stream who has been chatting with me about getting a spot, please let me know, but that's something that's going to happen pretty quick. I just saw that Hugo W is reporting for duty, so we're missing 1 person. Okay, so let's just get moving here. Let's just get moving because we got to get moving here. So Matt, I'm going to start the clock. Anytime you're ready, just either copy paste the name or cut and paste the name from the right side and paste it here, or just write the name and it'll get removed by someone. Okay, we're starting the clock. Usually it's off to a really poor start. Every year we're off to a poor start. It's slow, and folks love to run out the clock just like they do in the NHL draft. I'm gonna take this moment to open a Ruby Grapefruit adult beverage here. Please drink responsibly. There it goes. Shane Wright off the board, number 1 to Mr. Matt. Way to go, sir. Now we're gonna move forward to the Iser plan. Iser plan. The clock has started. Anytime you're ready. What's it gonna be? The color changed to gray, and nobody's in there. So there it is. Logan Cooley, 2nd overall. All right, we're moving along here, right? We're already like 3% of the way through. Logan Cooley goes number 2. Great. I don't mind that at all. Is Jay Beagle a draft eligible? No, he's not. He is currently, I believe he has his rights owned by an NHL team, but in any case, he's too old. Unless there's a Jay Beagle who's like 16. All right, Luca Tullio, take it away, sir, or madam, or whoever you are. Let's fire it up. Who's it going to be? We've got lots of good names on the board here. I'm going to keep track of who is left just to be sure that we are not messing around too much. Usually we catch any duplicates. Luca Tullio. Any minute. And the timer has gone off. All right. Luca. See, here's what happens. If someone signs in and doesn't make draft picks, the chat picks the player. So keep that in mind if you're going to grab a drink from the fridge or something. Just so you're aware, we let the chat do the picks. So I'm going to wait 10 more seconds, and then I'm going to run the timer one more time, And if Luca Tullio is not here making his pick because he's already signed in, the community gets to make the pick for him. So start screaming about who should go here. There it is, Simone Nemec. Okay, good timing. I love that someone threw Rodwin Dioncio in there. That's great. All right, JD Young of Locked On Sharks, a show that I despise. It's just the worst ever since Kyle left. Never going to be the same again. Okay, I get it. Everybody wants Dovar Tinling. It's not going to happen because Luka showed up and he made a pick for Simone Nemec. So, JD, you got 4th overall. I don't know what I would do if I was in your shoes because I'm terrified. Well, there you go. Yuri Slafkovsky, perfectly acceptable. There you go. You got your big boy. All right. I think this is Austin Brass, or he's making fun of Austin Brass, but I'm pretty sure Austin does that to himself enough. So let's just start the clock, Austin. Oh, David Juracek. See, always on the ball, Austin. Way to go. Kent username. That's a great username to throw into the hat here. So way to go on that. I'm going to start the timer on this. Let's go, Kent. What do we got? If this is actually Kent Hughes, I think I would pass out, but I don't think it is. But it would be really fun if it was. So Kent, let's see what Kent Hughes brings to the table. Frank Nazar to 6th overall. There we go. Oakley Dokley. That's how it is. Okay. Eloy. Isn't that the name of the people that live on the surface in the time machine when he goes like 800,000 years into the future? Or are those the people? No, the Morlocks live underground. I think the Eloy. I think you're from Quebec, so I might be pronouncing your name terribly, so I apologize. But I'm pretty sure the Eloy were the people that lived on the surface, and the people that lived underground were. There goes Brad Lambert. Slafkovsky, Juracek, and Nemec are all off the board. I can turn that off. That's annoying. I can mute it, actually. All right, next up, we've got Finley Sherritt, friend of the show. Been around for a while, I believe. Someone's going to take Trikazov pretty quick. I'm pretty sure of that, because what have I done? I've started a careening train that's going off the tracks. And there goes Matthew Savoy. Wowee. Okay. I don't know why I was surprised by that, but okay. Thank you very much for being prompt. Let's continue the train here. Timu, Discord channel active member Timu, noted fan of the Chicago Blackhawks, unfortunately. So what's it going to be? Can't wait to see Alex DeBrincat wearing Carolina Hurricanes colors next year. It's going to be great. And someone just asked if people are representing the teams that are picking in the actual spots. No. It's just for fun, assuming that everybody is an expansion team and you get 3 picks, and it's all just for fun. No NHL equivalency of any kind. I'm starting the clock on Timu here. Let's go. Let's see what he's got in mind here. We got G. I think I know what's going in there. Yeah, there it is. Yep. Yeah, okay. It's just agonizingly slow, but here it comes. One letter at a time. Yep. Alternating colors. Yep. That's how it's going to be. Gleb Trikazov. All right, Ray. It just mentioned that you were a member of this channel for however many months. Thank you very much. It's always a pleasure having you around. I'm hitting go. What's it going to be? Someone took Trikazov from you right away. What do you think it's going to... What do you think? Everybody should be making bets on what Rayan Tubik is going to do here, because he could go any number of different... Oh, he went for Noah Ostlund. Okie dokie then. All right. Friggin... Let's go. All right, we got Sam McJunk, and I think I know who this is. Sam McJunk. So Sam loves Noah Ostlund and Gleb and lost both of them right in front of one another. So he's probably sobbing into a bowl of Cheerios, not even Honey Nut Cheerios, just bland, boring Cheerios. Maybe not even with any milk in it, just because he's so upset for losing those 2 guys right ahead of him. What's it gonna be? McJunk is gonna cry. He's probably already crying, knowing what I know about McJunk. Did I not set the clock? I did, didn't I? Let's go. Did he type a name and put it in white text? Yeah, there it is. Liam Ogren. Liam Ogren. There we go. So continuing down the board here, we got Kyle right away going straight for Jagger Furcus. Jagger Furcus at 12. This is why I do the stream live, because it's fun. People go off the board and it's a wackadoodle time. Okay, Scott, I think you're here. If not, I have a list of players that Scott wants, which I will pull up now, just to be sure. Scott, where's your list? The clock is running. If he doesn't get his... Okay, so who's it going to be? Oh, there it is. Okay, so he is here. Hello, Scott. Welcome. Okay, reset, and off we go. We now go to Josh Tesler of Smart Scouting. A good follow on Twitter. Very, very hard-working dude. Oh, right away, Kevin Korchinski. Off we go. Party mode. Okay, let me just remove Korchinski from my list here, just so I'm on top of things. That's gone. That's gone. And that's gone. Okay. All right, let's continue. Half wall hockey, go. You're up, my friend. Friend of the show. Oh my goodness, this is actually starting to look a lot like an actual NHL draft. This is a rocket ship. Yuri Kulich at 15. So, I mean, okay, let's... Oh, and we've got De Gerdner going with Cutter Gauthier. All right. Continuing on, we got Zach, another friend of the show. I believe... oh God. I'm blanking now, Zach, for the site that you write for. There we go. There's Jonathan Lekgarimaki off the board at 17. All right, the worst pick of the first draft. Here it comes. It's going to be Noah Warren here at 18, I think. Oh, he went for Philip Meshar. Look at me, I'm Jordan. I make good decisions. Okay, Tyler Stevens. Steven Tyler. What if it's Steven Tyler? Like the guy from Aerosmith. Wouldn't that be something? Just sitting in his robe in bed with this on his phone, you know, just reading and following along, and he follows hockey prospects in his spare time. I don't know why my green screen's all, but maybe that'll help. Probably not. Oh, there we go. A little bit. Okay, Tyler. Timer has run out. Danila Yurov. Okay, that's solid. At 19, yeah, Yurov is a good option. All right, so we've got Pierce here, who is still not signed in. Pierce, if you're here, you better make yourself known, because otherwise you're losing your spot. I don't see him in the chat. I don't see him there. Okay. So actually, I someone asked about a spot. Someone asked about a spot that actually is definitely here, and let me message him. Marcel Makovich. So this person, no, it's not going to be Dovar Tinling. It's not going to be Dovar Tinling. Stop it. This person had not signed in. I'm replacing Pierce. Okay. And I'm doing this because I know exactly who's coming in. There it is. Welcome, Mikael Holm, all the way from Sweden. He got his name in the thing on the next list. I noted it in advance just to be sure I don't forget about him. So Mikael, all in. We're all set to go. What's it gonna be? And we're gonna keep on moving. Pavel Mintyukov. That's probably the BPA here. All right, we're going to move on to KDD. KDD. Oh, Marco Kasper right off the bat. Well done, folks. Okay. John... Oh, and Connor Geeky. Wow, we're going fast here. Okay. Connor Geeky. Okay. And the Bolster, a.k.a. Angus Crookshank. The real Angus Crookshank. Denton. Okay, Denton off the board. And it's me. Oh, I know what I'm doing here. Let's do it. Boom. I got my boy. ASAP Keen. It's all you. Let's ride. What do you got for me? Keen. As soon as possible. Sam McJunk is mad at me. Yeah, R.I.P. McJunk again. Okay, ASAP Keen. What do we got? Rutger McGroarty. There you go. Okay. I'll take it. Rutger it is. Sam, I saw your DM already, I know. And then I closed Discord because I don't want to read your abuse anymore. Okay, we're going to move on to Jordan Millett's #1 fan. I don't know who that is because I didn't know he had fans. And yes, it is a White Claw you saw. Nice on a really stinking hot summer day. Please drink responsibly. Don't be silly. This is my... Oh, I shouldn't say that. I was going to say it's the first one of the night, but that's a lie. We were in the neighbor's yard. Owen Beck. Okay, Owen Beck right before the clock runs out. Okay, Owen Beck. Oh, and Seamus Casey. There he goes. All right, Hugo, you're not signed in, but you said that you're here. So, Mr. Hugo, take it away. The clock starts. I'm waiting patiently. I'm assuming that you didn't lie to me and tell me. Okay. Oh, okay. The best player available on my list goes off the board. That's too bad. There's a couple of names that I'm surprised are still there. All right, Liam, let's ride. Liam, what do you got? Ryan Chesley. Ryan with a capital R, Chesley. Where is he on my list there? All right, let's just take this. Go there. Okay, next pick goes to... Bim Jennings took the... I'm surprised Isaac Howard made it all the way to 31, but good pick. There we go. All right, George. 30 seconds. Oh, didn't take very long for that. Owen Pickering off the board. Okay, that's the end of round 1. Now, I don't know if anybody wants to take a 2-minute breather or we just want to continue with how this has gone. I'm just going to do this and paste format only just so it looks a little prettier. Don't know why that didn't change, but whatever. Okay. I mean, that's about what I would say are it's as if people were drafting kind of off my list. Wow, isn't that weird? But anyway, let's just move on. Let's just keep it going. Let's just start round 2. Let me do this. Let's not do that, actually. No, let's not do that. Okay, so we keep moving forward. The best players on my personal list, Miroshnichenko, Bixel, Adelius, Hughes, Snuggerud, Rinzel, Havlid. You got some good ones left over. This is why you draft with a lot of draft picks and not just, one decent one. Just add more picks. Okay. Let's continue. Matt, you're up. Mr. I drafted Shane Wright is up and looking to do some damage. Leon Bixel is off the board. Shane Wright and Leon Bixel. Not bad. All right, Iser Man. The Iser man with a plan. Do you get it? Because it's like blending the two things together. Oh, did Odelius get drafted already? Okay. Thank you for letting me know. Miroshnichenko off the board. All right. Cool. Sounds good. All right. Luca Tullio. Off we go. Well, someone mentioned, I've seen a lot of chat going about, I can't believe this guy's available. I can't believe... Welcome to the NHL draft. In real life, Logan Stankoven went 47 last year. Things happen that are weird, and guys that you personally might like will get bumped down, and that's just how it works. So yeah, shocked you got Mintyukov. Someone's gonna slip and be available a little later. But also, I also am a little cooler on Mintyukov, and that might be a bit of a selection bias towards people who watch my content. Anyway, Luca Tullio, once again, slow on the draw here. we're going to give him a bit of time. Yeah, Olin Zellweger, not a first-round pick. That's another example. All right, we're going to run the timer one more time. But please prepare your screaming. I'm giving you permission to scream about who to give Luca Tilio. Oh, right. My mistake. Yes, you're picking in column E. I am a fool. Yes, so my mistake. Okay, Luca Del Bel Baluz. Okay, let me just fix that. Sorry, yeah. If you're participating, your picks go in columns E and G for rounds 2 and 3. My mistake. Okay, Luca Del Bel Baluz is now off the board. The big Mississauga boy. Very good. Okay, yeah. So, yeah, again, just put them in these columns because it'll autofill in column B. Okay. Oh, we got Jimmy Snuggerud down for I thought that one would slip a little further. I was hoping maybe I could get him there, but that's okay. JD Young using his brain. Okay, Austin Brass, start. We've got Slavkovsky Snuggerud is a pretty decent 1-2 to land, I would say. That's pretty solid. Ivan Moreau, however, that's about how you spell it. David Goyette. Wow, that's a terrible idea. I'm just kidding. I'm just making fun of him. All right, Kent username. The clock has started. Oh. Why isn't it? Oh no. Why did that happen? Weird. I'm not sure why that happened. Or was it... Well, my timer shifted. I'm not sure how that happened. Whatever. Okay, the timer has expired. Okay, Tristan Luneau is off the board. There he goes. Tristan Luneau removed. Okay. Eloy. What do we got here? What are we doing? Oh, that's why, because I scrolled. There it is. Can I turn on scroll lock? Is that still a thing on keyboards? I didn't know. It doesn't look to be. I'm looking at my keyboard. I think it's because my keyboard is originally made for Macs. Anyway, I'm not going to talk about my keyboard. All right, Eloy. Time Machine Man. Oh, okay. Okay. That's fine. I'm not upset. I'm fine. It's fine. It's fine. Finley Sherritt on the OTB. OTB is Finley. Finley OTB. I don't know what that means. I don't know. No bites on Nathan Gaucher yet. I mean, could be worth it. It could be a box. It could even be a boat. Or whatever. Yeah, Lambert Havlid. Not bad. Not too bad, if you ask me. Finley, you're being a naughty boy. I'm gonna run the clock one more time. Prep your keyboards for the screaming and the yelling. The clock's running again. Finley, were you unaware that this was a 3-round effort? Because, he took Jack Hughes. Okay, Jack Hughes is off the board. That's my BPA. Okie dokie. And Adam Sikora, frig off. Frig right off with that. Get out of here. Okay. Adam Sikora off the board. All right, Rayan, let's go. It's not going to be Tinling. Ray, what do you got? Oh, Salomonson. Interesting. Okay. Salomonson it is. All right. Sam McJunk. Sam, blow my mind. Any minute now. He's going to take Ty Nelson. No. That's not a person. Sam. Sam Renzel. Okay. Okay. Fine, I'll let you have him. That's cool. Who's next? Kyle. Oh, Nathan Gaucher. There he goes. There goes Kyle taking Gaucher. Okay, next up is Scott Fingeroth. What do we got here? What do we have here, Mr. Scottathy? Who could it be? If I had to guess, Ty Nelson. Maybe this is where Ty Nelson goes. Yeah, the other right, Charlie Wright. Let me just check because he might have DM'd me if he is busy. He did not. Okay. All right, I'm going to run the clock one more time. Oh, there it is. Mats Lindgren. Okay, well done. All right, solid. Oh, and Paul Ludwinski off the board. Okay, let's, okay. Josh was ready to go. Resetting the clock. We're now up to half-wall hockey. Half-wall hockey. Right? Is that... right? Half-wall hockey. We got 6 seconds on the clock. What do we got? Oh, the time ran out. All right, let's reset the clock. Naughty boy. What are we going to do here? I'm going to hit the clock one more time. And if you decide to not do anything, then the consequences could be dire. I'm hitting the clock. It may be Dovar Tinling. It may be Dovar Tinling. Oh, there we go. Ty Nelson off the board. Ty Nelson. Okie doke. What do we got? Hitting it again. DeGerdner. Dave DeGerdner. David DeGerdner. Daniel Zhilkin. Okie doke. Okay, Danny Zhilkin. Off the board he goes. Interesting. Okay, continuing on. What do we got here? Zach. I would never Dovar you. The community would Dovar you. Adam Ingram. There he goes. Okay. Jordanian Tomlinson or whatever. Is that a... I know it was LaDamian, but... LaDanian Tomlinson. I used to watch him growing up. He made me a Chargers fan for like 2 seasons, and then I realized I didn't really like football. Okay, Jordan, what's it going to be? Isaiah George, the one and only. Okie doke. Interesting choice. I dig it. All right. What do we got? Who's next? Tyler Stevens. Tyler Stevens, or Steven Tyler. Dream on, man. Dream on. What do we got? Yeah, we're not going 5 rounds. That's not going to happen. Simon Forsmark. Fine. I'm cool with that. And Mikael Holm. The last-minute substitute. What do we got here, Mikael? Damn it. Oh, I was hoping people would keep forgetting about him. Okay, so Beasted is off the board. So is Paravalov. Bested, off he goes. Okay. Nobody's drafted Lucas Edmonds yet. Think about it. Noah Warren off the board. Okie doke. Noah Warren is off the board. Okay. John Hughes Cormier. What do we got? Tyler Brennan. Yeah, there's an idea. Start. Yeah, someone's got to take Maverick Lamoureux around here, right? right? Newman, Sapovalev, Lutz, Lindgren is gone. Ingram is gone. Forsmark is gone. Warren is gone. Did we? Okay, Kyrou off the board. That hurts. Okay. That's cool. I'm not mad. Okay, Bolster. Let's go, Angus Crookshank. I was really hoping for Christian Kyrou, but I got alternatives. I'm ready, no matter what. Pietro wants Issa guy. Oasis Weisblatt. Yep, there's another one. Yeah. Bolster. What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be? Michael Fisher. Okie doke. All right, I like it. You know, a little bit of a wild card, you know, but you know, all right, that's cool. I'm doing it. I'm going for it. Julian Lutz. Let's go. I'm happy with Lane Hudson and Julian Lutz. Those two names sound weirdly similar, but I'll take it. All right. I'm happy with that. Julian Lutz at 57, I'll take it. Lane Hudson, whatever. And yes, Yanni Newman is still available. He is. Julian Lutz is no longer available. Who else is gone that we can remove from here? Christian Kyrou is gone. Now, the big question is who takes Jordan Dumais. That's the question everybody's wondering. Hunter Height is off the board. Oh, right. I forgot. I don't have him ranked. Okay. Oh, Logan Morrison. Interesting. A 20-year-old off the board in the second round. Logan Morrison to Dial Kubis with Seamus Casey. Okie dokie then. Okay. Hugo, it's up to you. Hugo may go with Hugh to the spreadsheet. Oh, God. Sometimes I wonder about myself. Jordan Gustafson. Ah, damn. I was hoping people would keep forgetting about him. That's okay. I'm not that mad. I'll survive. Reed Schaefer off the board. All right. I don't hate it. Reed Schaefer's a solid player. He's going to go about 30 picks higher than this, but he's a solid player. Okay. Okay, so Yanni Newman is off the board. And George, close out the second round, my friend. We're getting there real fast. Thank you very much, everybody, for your prompt work. I don't know who Bendigiz Dobos is. Bendigiz, is that one of those weird names with that if you say it in a certain way, it sounds gross? I don't know. Yanni Newman off the board. What else do we have here? Reed Schaefer off the board. All right, the timer's run out. George, whenever you're ready. Hunter Height off the board. Michael Fisher off the board. Still no pick. All right, I'm resetting the clock. We'll start it again. I mean, I'm not the biggest Matthias Sapovalev fan, but, you know. George, you're going to get got by the community. They're going to get you. People are going to start throwing names at me, and we're going to have to put a name on for you. George. Yes, Ostland is gone. Ostland went at 10. The people love Noah Ostland. So take that for what you will. All right, the clock has run out twice now. In one go here for George. George, I swear, I'm trying to give you time here. I'm trying. Donnie Yen is not going to happen. That's not a real person. Dennis Goodbog. That's an interesting idea. Jordan Dumais. Loud noises. Yeah, what do we got here? Dumais, a lot of Dovar Tinling, a lot of Dennis Goodbog. A lot of Dennis Goodbog. Okay, well, these people are colluding. Maverick Lamoureux, Ivan Zhigalov. Okay. Goodbog. Check other sheet. What other sheet? I don't know what that means. Oh, it's Maverick. Okay. Yeah, okay. That's fine. Okay. Okay, Maverick Lamoureux. I'm just gonna do this. Okay. Okay, that's it for the second round. Okay, we got it. It's the person made the pick. All right, let's relax. Oh, what? Ugh. Maverick Lamoureux. There. Okay. Lamoureux is off the board. All right, we're just gonna keep motoring here because we're going at. Who keeps deleting this? Stop it. Stop doing that. Okay. Maverick Lamoureux off the board to George. Pickering Lamoureux, 2 monsters. All right, let's rock. Okay, third round. Again, put your picks in this column because it'll autofill further down the list. Yeah, let's take a few seconds and like gather our bearings here because even I think I need to get my bearings straight here. Actually, I think I'm caught up. Let's just scroll down here. These guys are still available. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. Lazowski is there. All right. Yeah, I think this is good. Okay. Yeah, we can take a few we can take a few seconds. Let's do this. Let's start a timer for 1 minute. And we'll start when this hits a minute. Or you know what I mean. When it hits 0. And yes, I mean, Dennis Goodbog seems to be the one. I don't know. Yeah. But hopefully we avoid this issue in the future. It's understandable. It happens. There's always hiccups when I do this. So I appreciate the patience, and I also appreciate the yelling from the chat when we think we're about to. What do you mean? How does this work? There's 32 people, including myself, and we're picking names. What are your thoughts on Dovar Tinling? I kind of liked him last year, but he wasn't that great. You know, he had a nice shot, some good skill, but really tough. I don't know. I didn't think he should have left college that quick, but I don't know. It was rough. Anyway, enough about Dovar Tinling. 30 seconds on the clock. We're going to start the third round. Again, column G is where we're focused, and it'll autofill all the way down here, and then we'll be able to get a much better look at who picked whom. So, off we go. Right? What do we got here, Matt? So Shane Wright, Leon Bixell, and who's it going to be? Who could it possibly be? Well, it can't be Leon Bixell again. That can't happen. Victor Nuchev. All right. Okay. Cool. For a third round pick, sure. Go nuts. Iserplan. Let's restart the clock, Mr. Iserplan or Ms. Iserplan or whatever you want to be referred to as. Ludwig Persson. Ludwig. It's one of my favorite Mario Kart characters to drive as. Ludwig. Okay, now we move on to Luca Tullio, who's got Luca Del Bel Belluz in the hopper, and Simon Nemec. Not bad. Not too bad. But who's it going to be at 67 to add to the farm? Is there another person named Luca this person can draft? Lucas Edmonds. That's almost Luca. That's Luca plus an S. Damn. I was really hoping people would keep forgetting about Topi Roni and Do you watch? Do you guys watch? Do you all watch Scouching? Because I've heard that this guy likes the players that just went off the board in the third round. I've heard. I don't know. It'd be weird if you did, but whatever. Okay, Austin Brass. Keep breaking my heart. Keep taking players that I'd be more than happy to take. Austin might be making his child do this for him because that's the kind of guy Austin is, making his kids do work for him. Someone mentioned, yeah, we're in Dylan James territory. That's entirely possible. Yeah, it wouldn't be the craziest thing I ever saw. Wouldn't be the craziest thing I ever saw. Austin. Any second now, bud. Your timer ran out. I'm gonna reset it. Prep your keyboards. Make it a good one if he's gonna ignore us. Oh, Cameron Lund off the board. All right. Whatever you want, man. Whatever you want. I get it. I don't know. I like Cameron Lund. I can't hate. Okay, Kent username. Kent. Is Matthew Ward not drafted? No, he is not drafted. What is the craziest thing? Have you ever thought about the New Horizons probe that they sent to Pluto? I can't even imagine. Oh, Topias Leinonen. Okay, a goalie. I think that's our first goalie off the board. Way to go. Kudos. But yeah, the New Horizons thing, like, imagine hitting Pluto with a satellite from Earth and, like, not screwing it up. Isn't that insane? That's ridiculous. Okay, Eloy. Here we go. Rasmus Rudslot. What's with why? What's with Rudslot? He's a vampire apparently. Okay, so Eloy's got Havlid, Lambert. If he's gonna go max fun, I have a few ideas, but I'd be curious to see what he does. Is he taking my boy Kenta? I don't know who that is. Patrick Gay. Actually, do I? Oh, a D+2. Playing for Charlottetown. Oh, I know this guy. Okay. Yep. Fair enough. Sure. Little off the board, but that's okay. Moldenhauer off the board. Okie doke. Moldenhauer is off the board. Okay, Timu with Gleb Trikazov, Adam Shakora, and whoever he wants at 73. Vice Mahendran, hello, sir. Great to see you back. It's been a while. Good evening. One of the originals. One of the guys watching me when I had 4 people watching the stream. It was one hell of a time to be alive. Pelivan. Back when I knew nothing. And I still don't think I know anything. Okay, Mikko Matika off the board to Rayan. Oslin Salomonson Matika. Okie doke. Alright, Sam McJunk about to just suck hard. Sam Renzel, Liam Ogren. Actually, I can't fault that. That's pretty decent. Oh, he took the... I think he did that just to make me mad. Gendron. Jerk. I guess I did take Lane Hudson, so there's that. There was no way he was getting Lane Hudson at 43, though, so I don't know why he's so mad. Kyle is up with Gaucher and Jagger Furcus. What do we got here, Kyle? Alex Bump is still on the board. There's always going to be players that you like that are still on the board. It's always what's going to happen. Oh, and Pelivan went off the board. Yikes. That hurts my soul. Fraser Minton is off the board. There he goes at 76th overall. Okie doke. Resetting the clock. Scott Fingeroth. Third and final pick of the night for old Scott. Kamel Lindgren. And Hoomst. Dolzhenkov comes up. There's an idea with Dolzhenkov. Take the big boy, big Russian boy in the 3rd round. Timu has done quite well. Scott. Yes, I'm aware that you're here, Scott. You can make your pick and do what it is you need to do tonight. Call it a night. See what we've got here. People are asking for Jack Sparks. Don't think that's gonna happen, but okay. I got to start thinking about who I want. Well, I guess I'm still 10 picks away. Dennis Goodbog. Yeah, no. No Goodbog tonight. There probably isn't going to be any of that. The clock's run out. I imagine that since Scott has yelled that he's here, he's thinking. And here it comes. McConnell Barker. Okay. The guy everybody seems to have forgotten about. All right. Bo Jelsma. Okay. We got a quick shooter here, a Wild West man in Josh Tesler here, ready to go. Okay, half wall hockey. I know that you're here. I know you're here. What's it? Excuse me, my fluids went down the wrong pipe. What's it gonna be? Half wall. You gotta get pucks off the half wall. Not gonna do much if they're all stuck on the. Whoop. My XLR cable fell down. Why is that all bunk? I'm just gonna keep wrestling with it and make it worse. Is that cool? Okay, whatever. I do that. It's tolerable. I don't. This stupid webcam. Anyway, Guindon Supremacy. Oh, and Tyler Duke goes off the board. There he goes. Okay, Matthias. Oh, finally, someone takes Sapovalov. I was about to take him. Okay, Jordan. We got Isaiah George, Philip Meshar. Fire away. Mons Forcefial still on the board. Yep. Joel Radkovich Burnson. Yeah, that could be an idea. People are throwing out names that I have not thought about in a long time. Yeah, I was maybe thinking about Tyler Duke with my 3rd, but I've already got Lane Hudson, so I'll take that. Joel Jonsson off the board right before McHale home. I'm sure he's thrilled. Tyler Stevens, Steven Tyler. Writer of one of the Jordan Dumais off the board. There he goes. One of the greatest songs ever written, especially for movies. For Armageddon, one of the best movies ever made. Jakob Norien. Okay, I like that. I like it. It's off the board and no one knows who that is except him, but I like it. Jack Devine and Vinzen's Roarer. Oh my goodness. Things are moving quick here. Divine and Roarer. Okay. Okay. And, okay, so we got Divine, Roarer, and now John Hughes Cormier. The one who... Oh, no. Not the one who stole Jordan Kyrou from me. But Casper Warren Roarer. Okay. Geeky Kyrou, and what's it going to be? I feel like David Phillips is just putting random names. Like he's in a phone book and messing around in a phone book and just saying, hey, what about Johannes Schoenig? John Hughes Cormier, the timer has officially run out. What's it going to be? What do we got? Is Craig Button still available? I think he's a little bit too old to be drafted. Weird. Okay, Jean Hughes. I'm restarting the clock. Oh, he took Yuri Tihacek. Okay. I'm not mad. I like it. I'm cool with that. All right, Angus Crookshank. Angus. Oh, Mike Lastarza. Okay, Michael Lastarza off the board. Nobody wants Ryger Lorenz, eh? Nobody. Interesting. So it was my pick. I know exactly what I'm doing. There he goes. Devin Kaplan. Oh, he's gone already. Oh, I'm sorry. I made a mistake. Oh, no. Okay, well, screw it then. I want him. I'm doing it. Adam Barras. Let's give me Barras. Oh, I feel dumb. I made a boo-boo. All right. ASAP Keen. I know you're here. I'm mad about losing. I thought I was really smart there, sneaking in Devin Kaplan there, but nope. Not today. Was that intended there? Jordan Mallett's #1 fan, or did they just put the pick in the wrong slot? This is really bugging me behind me here. This is really weird. Okay, Matthew Poitras off the board. Yeah, I thought about taking Thomas Hamara, but I like Barras. He's fun. Give me 5 years and I'll see where we're at. I know, I'm a bad person. I get it. Kyle Dubas, or Dial Kubis. I'm starting the clock. Dial it up to 11. What do we got? What's it going to be? Oh, Thomas Hamara off the board. There he goes. Darn. Even though I could have picked him and I didn't. Okay, Hugo. Hugo Dub. Akabar Kazbakov. There's a name that you don't hear very much. LDR Nurlan. Yeah, gotta take the kid from Kazakhstan. I don't mind him. He's an alright hockey player, but I wouldn't draft him. But LDR Nurlan's fun. One of the first guys I watched in the year, actually, after seeing him playing in the Kazakh League. I think he played a game in the KHL to start the year, which was kind of interesting, but didn't play there again, even though, whatever. Okay. Oh, Brandon Lazowski. There he goes. I don't know why I'm keeping track anymore on this. Servac Petrovsky. Okay, we got 2 more picks. Bim Jennings and George Bakul, whatever. Artyom Duda. Well, there's your, like, 4th liner you can sign for 20 years, Bim. There he is, Artyom Duda. Yeah, is it gonna be Avery Hayes here for George? Avery Hayes would be an interesting one. I like Avery Hayes. I wouldn't draft him this early, but it's fun. There is another Luca. That's true. Luca Hoff. Yep, that's true. We got one last pick, George. What's it going to be? Look below. Oh, look below. Jordan Dumay's already been taken. Gotta try again. Sorry, George. The pick is invalid. Oh, yeah, Luca Fantilli. That's another one. Yep. Yeah, Jordan Dumais was already drafted. So, take another crack at it. Amara, Poitras, Duda. All gone. Dumais, gone. What else? Any of these players gone? Ren gone, Janssen gone, Boris gone, Gendron gone, Tiacek gone. I'm giving you a bit more time here, George, since you picked a guy who was already drafted. But if you don't pick one, then the community is going to finish the draft for us. I'm seeing a lot of Owen Van Steensel. Seeing a bit of, I don't know, Levante Padzdocky. Ryger Lorenz. Seeing a bit of Ryger Lorenz here. Think he put it in the other column? No, he did not. There's nothing in there. Dennis Goodbog, Lucas Edmonds, Matthew Ward. Oh, Cruz Lucius. All right, Cruz Lucius it is. All right, we've got Cruz Lucius. Okay. Done. We're finished. We did it. It took an hour. Thank you very much. That was way faster than it usually is. Amazing work, everybody. I am going to take this, make a new sheet so we can play with it, and do this, and this, and this, and this, and that, and make this bigger so people can read it better. And the way that we're going to do this is close that and filter for this and sort by alphabetical. Oh, nope. Oh, dear. That didn't work out the way I intended. No Dennis Goodbog, actually. No Dennis Goodbog today. Excuse me. Okay, now we sort alphabetically. Okay, so we're going to just kind of go through this pretty quick, and then I got to work through all these questions you've been asking the whole time during this. ASAP Keen, alphabetical order comes first. We got Rutger McGroarty, Hunter Height, and George Fagaris. I don't have two of these players ranked, and Rutger is fine, but go off, man. You got goal scoring, you got some good hands. I kind of don't mind Fagaris, but I haven't seen enough of him to know if that's a good option at 90. Bim Jennings getting Isaac Howard at 31, Yanni Newman at 63, and Artyom Duda at 95. I'm not a big Duda fan, but Isaac Howard at 31 is hilarious. And Yanni Newman at 63, sure. Like, you might end up with a nice power forward down your lineup at some point with that. That's fun. DeGerdner with Cutter Gauthier, Danny Jokin, and Tyler Duke. I think that's perfectly acceptable. I mean, in reality, I get the feeling Cutter Gauthier is going to be drafted like 7th overall or 8th overall, and it'll be fine, but at 16, he's a good value. Dial Kubis, Seamus Casey, Devin Kaplan, Thomas Amara. Love it. I wanted Devin Kaplan, obviously. Didn't get him. Seamus Casey, love it at 28. And Thomas Amara at 92. Like, that was my other guy that I kind of wanted. But I honestly just haven't seen enough of him to really know what I think about him. But he was pretty good at the U18s. He's been pretty solid all year. I figure he'll be drafted in that range, maybe a little earlier than this, but that's good value. Eloy, Brad Lambert, Matthias Havlin, and Patrick Gay. I have not seen enough of Charlottetown this year to really know much about Gay, but I remember seeing him last year and kind of liking him. I'm always skeptical of D+2 CHL guys, but hey, if they're good, they're good. And Havlin and Lambert, yeah, sign me up. I'm down for that. Finley Sherritt, Matthew Savoy, Jack Hughes, Nicholas Moldenhauer. No complaints from me. I like Matthew Savoy. Brad Lambert was off the board already. Jack Hughes, perfectly acceptable at 40, and Moldenhauer at 72. Yeah, sign me up. George picked Lamoureux. Oh, what? Where'd the other one go? Okay. Okay. Okay, so who did he pick at 32? Owen Pickering. Why did that not? Oh, because his name is different. Pickering. There it is. Oh, duh. Okay, just to make it easier. So we got Lamoureux, Pickering, and Lucius. Perfectly fine. You got a couple of tree trunk defensemen and a guy who might be able to score one day. For the 32nd overall pick, yeah, Pickering is a pretty decent pickup. Half-wall hockey, Kulich, Nelson, Guindon. I don't mind Guindon. Might be a little high for my taste, but Kulich, Nelson, yeah. All right. Like, rock solid. Kulich at 15 ahead of who was available. Like, it's, cojones, but I respect it. And Ty Nelson, like, could be worth a lot if you pick him at 47, if you play your cards right. So take good care of him, half-wall hockey. Hugo, Gradinin, Gustafsson, Lazowski. Again, perfectly solid. I love Gradinin. I have him ranked higher than 29. Gustafsson, I have ranked in that range. And Lazowski can shoot and he can score, so that's fun. James. I don't know why James only has 2 picks listed. 45, 77, and... Oh, that's why, because that's Scott's picks. Let's do this again. Let's sort again by name. So we have Scott Fingeroth. Where are you here, Scott? Oh, no, wait. We'll get to him later. J.D. Young, illustrious host of Locked On Sharks, his first experience at the Scouching Mock Draft. Yuri Slafkovsky, Jimmy Snuggerud, and Alexander Suzdalev. That's a great pickup. That's a great triplet. I've come around on Snuggerud quite a bit in the last couple of weeks because I've been watching and finalizing my rankings, and he was one of the few guys that jumped up quite a bit when rewatching some tape. What else? John Hughes Cormier, Geeky Kairu Tihacek. I love the Tihacek attention. I gotta weird. This webcam changes settings automatically and it messes things up. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I love Kairu a lot. I just want him to skate a little bit better than he does. And Geeky, yeah. I mean, give these guys a skating coach and give Tihacek a strength and conditioning coach, and I think you've got a good triplet there. Jordan has the worst draft of all of them. Meshar, George, and Jonsson. Well, Jonsson's too small and plays for a bad team and has just as bad. Isaiah George, no offense to speak of, and Philip Meshar is too small. So Jordan, enjoy 3 busts. But in all seriousness, I love Philip Meshar. George could play in the NHL, I would think. Maybe not a flashy guy, but could play. And at 50, that's good value. And Jonsson's a nice home run swing. I kind of dig him. Jordan Millet's number 1 fan was also in the chat. Owen Beck, Logan Morrison, Matthew Poitras. Again, I'm not sure how I feel about drafting a D+2 CHL guy in the second round, but he's been good, so sure. Poitras, I'm not a huge fan of. Beck, sure. 27, go nuts. Go off, King. Josh Tesler, also a terrible draft from him. Korchinski, Ludwinski, Jelsma. Loves the high-energy forwards, and Kevin Korchinski's a lot of fun to watch. So, Josh, well done. KDD. Casper, Warren, Rohrer. Well, I sense a pattern with the first 2, and Rohrer is the opposite. So, sure, cast a wide net. Casper, a wide net. Oh, God. I don't know. But, yeah, you got some good dudes, good physical dudes, and Vincent's Rohrer could turn into something. Who knows what, but he could turn into something. Kent Username, Frank Nazer, Tristan Luneau, and Tobias Leinonen. Goalies are always a wild card, but Luneau at 38, you might get a player. Sure, and Frank Nazer at 6, might be a little high, but if you like him, you like him. So go nuts. I like Frank Nazer for sure. I think he's a top, at worst, top 15 guy. But sure, at 6, I could easily see it being a thing. Kyle D, Jagger Furcus, Nathan Gaucher, Fraser Minton. I'm not a huge Fraser Minton guy, but I like Nathan Gaucher for where you picked him. And Furcus at 12, it's, again, cojones, but go off. I like it. Those 2 players might be interesting to see if they could play together, Furcus and Gaucher. Chesley, Schaefer, Petrovsky. Again, kind of sensing a pattern, heavy, powerful guys. Petrovsky's not super big, but he's got bulk and heft. Maybe not physically, but the way he plays. I mean, who knows? It's fun. I like Chesley, or at least what he could be, but right now I'm questionable. And Reed Schaefer's big and has some skill and can shoot, so that's good. Luca Tullio, Nemec, Del Belbaluz, and Roni. Honestly, I really like Topi Roni at 67. That was a guy that I was hoping to snag if people kept forgetting about him. Simone Nemec at 3, absolutely acceptable. And Del Belbaluz might be a bit high, but I can see why some people would really like him, and you drafted someone with the same name as you, and that carries value in my books. We got Matt, obviously at first overall. You got Shane Wright, then Leon Bixel, and Victor Nuchev. Again, I have a lot of questions about Nuchev, but he's solid. Good shooter, pretty decent skill as well. Leon Bixel could be something as well. Physical, solid hands for a big boy, rangy. Give him a few years, see what happens. Odelius Beasted Norien. I think I sense a pattern here from the Swede, but all 3 are good picks. I like Norien. Again, wild card in the 3rd round, but go off. You got 2 decent options at 20 and 52. Nolan Evans. We got Minchukov, Paravalov, and Jack Divinov. Get it? Because they're all Ov names. But yeah. Minchukov at 21 is great value. Paravalov could be a thing, maybe. And Divine at 85, yeah, I think people just forgot about him. Nice risk-free pick at 85 for Jack Divine. Austin Brass goes for Juracek, Goyette, and Lund. You know, that's not so bad. I like Cameron Lund. I like David Goyette. They're somewhat similar players, I would say. And Juracek is not like those two. A big physical dude. Let's see. Rayan Tubik shocking the world with Noah Osland at 10 and then Elias Salomonson at 42 and Mikko Matika at 74. Go off, man. I mean, I like Salomonson. I dumped him down my list a little bit before my final rankings, but Noah Osland at 10, full send. I love it. It's a take, but who knows? Sam McJunk with his junk. Liam Ogren, Sam Renzel, Alexis Gendron. I like it. Ogren at 11, I like it. Renzel at 43, I love it. And Gendron, again, I hate it because I wanted him, but I took Lane Hudson from Sam, so I can't be mad. Scott Fingeroth took Joachim Kamel, Mats Lindgren, Bryce McConnell-Barker. I like Kamel at 13. I think that's decent value. You set your expectations kind of low and just say, go out and score for us, and he can probably do that for you. BMB, not a huge fan, but if he can skate, if he can sort of bump up his skating ability pretty much in most ways, except maybe his edges and turns, then I think you've got something there. Mats Lindgren, sure, at 45, it's a reasonable pick. He's a player that I think needs time, but he's also very, very young. Timu, one of the best drafts out there, I think, honestly. Gleb, Sikora, and Pelavin. Now, in this draft, you're not going to get Gleb much later than 9. But Sikora at 41, I think, is a great pickup, and Pelavin at 73, all things considered. I like Pelavin. He's fun to watch. Good defense first guy with offensive potential if you sort of reprogram a little bit. Angus Crookshank took Denton Matejchuk, Michael Fisher, and Michael Lestarza. So 2 Michaels, so that's a plus. Squared is Michaels. And Denton Matejchuk. I like Denton Matejchuk. At 24, I think that's a reasonable pick. And Michael Fisher at 56 is a wild card, but go off. Lestarza, I haven't seen enough of to really know one way or the other. I just haven't been blown away enough to really want to look at him more. But sure, I mean, it's the 3rd round. If you like a guy, you like a guy. Steven Tyler, of Aerosmith fame, don't want to close his eyes. Danila Yurov at 19, Simone Forsmark at 51, and Jordan Dumais at 83. You know what? I can't complain about that. I like Yurov at 19. Not a huge fan of Forsmark, but I get it at 51, and Dumais at 83. See what happens. What's the worst that could happen? A 3rd round pick doesn't work out. Who would have thought? Okay, obviously the best draft in the whole thing, mine, Lane Hudson, Julian Lutz, and Adam Barras. I took a chance on Barras here. I imagine he'd be available later. Isegai also crossed my mind. Hamara crossed my mind. I'm just happy that I have Lane Hudson and Sam doesn't. Iserplan, Logan Cooley, Ivan Rozhnyshenko, and Ludwig Persson. Now, that would be an interesting group of people to put on a line together, to be perfectly honest, and see what happens. Rozhnyshenko at 34 could be great value. Cooley at 2 could be awesome, should be awesome. And Ludwig Persson at 66, I think, is a good pickup. That's about where I would expect him to get drafted in the NHL draft. Kind of stagnated this year, but still showed some good stuff. And the final draft of the day was Zach Swearis taking Jonathan Lekeramaki, Adam Ingram, and Matthias Shapovalov. I like Shapovalov at 81. I think he'll play in the NHL, so getting that at 81 is great. Adam Ingram at 49, sure, I could see it. Skilled guy, really smart playmaker, really smart playmaker with the puck. Drove decent results, I would say, in one of the games I saw. And Lekeramaki can score like nobody else in the draft. So take that for what you will. Feel free to talk in the chat about who wins and who doesn't. But I thought most people did perfectly fine, especially considering that everybody had 3 picks and they were all 32. Oh, and Owen Van Steensel first overall. Yeah, okay, well, yeah, we got that too. Okay, so we have about 45 minutes left tonight because you guys are all great and fast, which is wonderful. I'm just going to remove the timer, and we can go back to the way we usually do things here, which is with, there. We could go back to this and this. So I'll also take this time to say some housekeeping stuff. So someone mentioned right off the bat that they were looking for the Shane Wright video. I do not, so I have the Shane Wright video. It's going to be filmed tomorrow. The notes are done. I have the ranking to notes are done. So those are the last 2 videos. I wanted to do more scouting reports, but honestly did not have the time, to cram in more. So I tried to stuff all the Your Garden guys into one video. It was hectic. But we got there, I think. And it looks like a lot of the questions that you guys had all got lost to the YouTube history. So if you have questions, feel free to fire away. I see a few in here, but we'll try to get a few in here. But yeah, where was I? Oh yeah. So also one other thing, if you are interested, it's pinned to my page here. But you can also view some track data from my scouting report videos and everything in here. If you like, you can just go through and click the charts and look at all these pretty little data points. Wow, look at this handsome gentleman's. So yeah, you can see all kinds of stuff in here if you want. It's free now for everybody. Patrons have access to all of my track data, so this filters out a bunch of my lower samples. So there's that. But yeah, there's lots of stuff to check out in here just to sort of summarize a whole bunch with all these labels to indicate what to think, I guess you could say, about where all these guys are and what all these things mean. So yeah, final scouting report on Shane Wright will be filmed tomorrow and sent off to my editor and hopefully done by the end of the weekend. And the ranking will be a project that goes through next week and coming out hopefully the week of the draft, just like Bob McKenzie, because that's, I have a poster of Bob McKenzie behind my head on my bed because I love that man and his job and what he does. So I want to be just like him, so my rankings will come out around the same time. All right, so I'm just going to scroll down from as far back as I can go in the draft, or in the chat, I should say. Someone asked about Jake Carabella. Never saw a huge amount out of him. Like, he's just kind of a good OHL scoring guy. I watched a bit of him over the year because I've heard his name bounced around quite a bit, and I don't know. I don't really see a ton in Carabella. Thoughts on Phileas Paranode? Yeah, that's a French kid that's eligible next year. I think he's pretty small. I don't know. I want to see him play in the top division in France a little more. Decently skilled with a decent shot, but I feel like the French league is not a very good level of competition, and I haven't really been blown away with Paranode, but he was good at the U18 tournament that he was at. Shawinigan won tonight. Thoughts on Jordan Tourigny? I don't have any, honestly. I've only seen Shawinigan a little bit this year. What is the potential of Furcus or Ward? Also at 25 aside from Lambert, who should the Leafs select? Seamus Casey could be an interesting Leaf, I would think. Yuri Kulich, if he was available, would be an interesting one. I don't think he will be, but he might be. Noah Oslin could be a really cool Toronto Maple Leaf, I think. Calio Delius, maybe. Sam Renzel. There's a few options. And what is the potential of Furcus or Ward? Well, I like Furcus a lot more than Ward. I think Ward is going to really struggle to project to the next level unless his feet really take a step and then another one. Furcus, I think, has a bit more pace in his game, a little bit more intensity, and needs to work on his close quarters game, I think, but he's a really, really good scoring forward, and I think there's a lot of potential there. Olivier Nadeau has both of Shawinigan's Memorial Cup goals. Good for him. What do you know? Compare these three: Furcus, Kulich, and Lekaramaki. So Furcus, I think, has higher risk because he's a bit slender. He can get bumped off pucks a little bit, and he's tenacious, but I worry about what that means for him at the next level. Kulich, but Furcus has a good release. He can do it under pressure. Kulich is more of a 200-foot center that I think is always positioned really well. Really good shot on him as well. Needs to be a better puck distributor, but really, really good finisher and a pretty smart 200-foot player as well. Just needs to get stronger, I think, is the biggest hurdle for him right now. Jonathan Lekaramaki, if you want someone who can score, you draft Lekaramaki. One of the best shots in the draft, some good pre-shot skill as well. Got a lot more comfortable on SHL ice over the course of the season, I felt. Really sort of settled into the pace of play there and got a lot more comfortable. But, players like him often take a little while to hit the potential people think they have. What's Newman's potential? Turn into a bus on skates and be a middle six power winger. That's the prognosis for him, in my opinion. I don't know whatever. And there it goes. What are we expecting to see from Misa in the OHL and Celebrini in the USHL? I would set my bar pretty low. Those guys are a long way away from like being fully finished developing. I like both of those players. I mean, if either of those guys go a point per game, then something's up. Something's good. Because that's usually really, really tough to do at that age and rare. So I'd keep my expectations limited. I've only seen a bit of Misa. Oh my god, now I have the hiccups. I've only seen a bit of Misa, so I can't really speak too much to him, and only a bit of Celebrini. I really don't know that much about guys coming in 2 years. Can you see Juracek putting up 10 to 15 goals a season? I'd love to see him next to you, Luke Hughes. Yeah, I could see it. I don't see why not. Yeah, I don't see why not. He's got a decent shot from the point. He can attack pretty well. You never know. Nope, that didn't really do it. I'm trying here. I'm trying. It's ugly, but I'm trying. Where do you think Leon Bixel should go? Seen him placed anywhere from mid-first to the end of the second round. Well, end of the second round's a little crazy. I mean, I would think about Bixel in the 28 to 40 region, somewhere like that. And after that, I feel like you're just buying low on a guy who could be a bottom pair guy at worst. And, you can see NHL coaches playing him. So if you get that in the second round, then sure. Do you think there will be a player from the QMJHL in the first round? There will be. I think Noah Warren will get drafted in the first round. I think Nathan Gaucher will be drafted in the first round. Other than that, I don't think so. Maybe Maverick Lamoureux, but I don't think so. Korchinski at 8 to Detroit. It's possible. I could see it. I wouldn't do it, but I get it. And it gives them something they don't really have on defense. Working with and off of a guy like Sider or Edvinson could be interesting down there for Korchinski, or Emil Viro down the line if Viro's coming along. Sure, I could see it at 8. Who's the best player in the draft at scoring Michigans? Logan Cooley did it once, and I think I saw him try it twice. I think Yurov did it as well. I could be wrong. Isaac Howard, I think, did it. I mean, the NTDP guys, I would say, are a safe bet. are a safe bet for being up there on that. Thoughts on Jordan Torino? Oh, you already asked. Who are you most excited to see where they go on draft day? Brad Lambert, 100%. You pick the first 2 rounds for Detroit. Okay. Let's try it. What's the one we want to use? Let's use this one because it's easiest to do quickly. Online draft. Oh no, we don't want to do an online draft. Local draft. Detroit next. Nope. Oh. Look at what you all make me do and the things that I do for you. We'll crank the randomness up to high. Team needs down to dead last. Well, no, let's take that down a notch. And we're only doing 2 rounds, so let's see what happens here. Okay. Sim to my pick. You got 8th. Who's gonna be? Yeah, I'll take Brad Lambert. Sure. Tristan Luneau goes right before me. Who's left? Jack Hughes, Matthias Havlid, Leon Bixell. I mean, I don't know. This is kind of silly because I would just take Gleb. So yeah, I don't know. It'll depend on who goes. I don't know. If you're asking me who's going to go in the second round, I can't tell you until we get to the second round. Lekaramaki Caulfield comparison. No, they're not the same player, I don't think. I thought Caulfield had way more pace and skill to his game, evasion. Lekaramaki is a really good shooter, probably comparable in terms of shot quality, maybe not even on that level, but it's close. But outside of that, I think Caulfield has a more diverse game. Furcus did score in Michigan, that's true. Joshua or Jordan Dumais? Dumais. No, that's not true. Let's go. I don't like that. Yeah, you know what? Jordan Dumais. Let's go Jordan Dumais. Top 5 defensemen who process the game at the high end. Well, it depends. Like, what do you mean by process? And that's also something very, very difficult for defensemen to do. Like, yeah, I don't know. Process is a nebulous word that I don't really know what that really entails. Trini is very good. Okay, more about Trini. Better shot, Kamel, Lekaramaki, or Wright? Probably Lekaramaki, then Wright, then Kamel. That's what I would say. Does Lekaramaki have high-end skating ability? I feel like this is what's holding back Holtz from truly breaking out. Well, I mean, not really. It's not high-end. He's a good straight-line skater. He can push and pull things pretty decently in terms of his pace and play with patience a little bit, and he'd learn to do that a little more as the year went on, but I wouldn't call his skating high-end. Can you compare Liesel and Lambert regarding their overall skill set and performance in their draft year? Sure. I mean, Liesel was, I think, a lot more of a straight-line guy. Liesel was more high-pace off-puck than Lambert, especially, chasing guys down and getting involved. But Lambert is no slouch in that area. I think Lambert is a little bit better at protecting the puck and problem solving under pressure, whereas Liesel was more of a bull in a china shop, straight on, high pace guy all the time. But they're up the same alley, I would say. I've heard high praise for Ivan Miroshnichenko. His health status and location makes his pick kind of risky, but raw talent. Where do you think he should rank if we go purely on his potential? Well, the last I've heard from that was that he's in remission, which is excellent news. And I think that it'll really depend on what teams think they can get out of him and like how much they trust that a Russian team will handle a kid coming back from cancer properly. Because that's a big question mark, I would say, based on how I've heard about how injuries and stuff are handled by Russian teams in a few places. But assuming like it's a clean bill of health and a summer training, like he comes back the way that he looked, I'd say at the beginning of the year, I think he should belong in the 20s somewhere. Like I have him in a tier that's in the late 20s to late 30s. And I think that's reasonable. I think he's better than some people were indicating, but if he's available in the 3rd round or something, then sure, you take the chance and call it a day, and see what happens. But I don't know if he'll last that long. If he gets picked in the first round, I wouldn't be surprised. It would be nice. He's ranked at 28 for me. I think there's still a player there. It'll just be interesting to see what happens. What's my favorite league to watch? SHL. Let's go SHL. It's fun. Meant processes and hockey IQ, knowing where to be on plays and navigating the ice with the puck. Yeah, okay, so that makes sense. So for the first part, like knowing where to be on plays and such, I mean, someone like Seamus Casey comes to mind. Kevin Korchinski sometimes comes to mind, I would say. Denton Matejchuk is good with his defensive positioning, but when he's under pressure, that kind of falls apart. Leon Bixell as well, I think, is kind of a safer, smarter positional defenseman. Navigating the ice with the puck, I mean, that's a much easier question to answer. I'd say Simon Nemec, Vladimir Gradinin, Pavel Mintyukov, Kevin Korchinski. That's a much easier thing to identify in a 17-year-old. Most of these defensemen positionally are not really poor. Like, they're not William Wallinder out there. But some of them do need to kind of work on things a little bit and how their feet can not cover for their positioning errors, even if those errors are small. So yeah. Oh, thank you, Jean Danielle, for the good words. I won't say that I'm better than David St. Louis. We're cut from the same cloth. He's good. He's good at what he does. He's a good dude. What do you see in Gleb Trikazov that other scouts don't see? Well, I mean, when I think about it, I've read like a lot of what people write about Gleb Trikazov as in their scouting reports, and a lot of it is like he has excellent offensive tools but doesn't compete defensively. And I'm going, well, okay, but the tools are awesome. Like, the offensive tools are great. He's a great skater, great hands, great shot, really good playmaking vision, tons of production, really young. So I just think people are focusing on things that, in the grand scheme of things, don't matter as much. But that's just my opinion. Thoughts on Alexander Koskimaki? I'm not a huge fan. I think the pace of his game is too low. He's a decent shooter, but I watched him in the Liga a little bit this year, and I just feel like he wasn't quite ready for that level. I don't know. He's a tough one for me to read. Someone's going to draft him. Maybe there's something there, but I didn't see much personally. Favorite actor this decade? Someone responded with Tim Stutzel. That's a great response. A+. Favorite actor in this decade? Cillian Murphy. He is incredible. Incredible. I'm trying to think of other ones. I mean, Daniel Day-Lewis has been a great actor for like 4 decades now, and I love Daniel Day-Lewis. Trying to think of others. Oh, what's the name of... if anybody in here watches Dairy Girls... what's her name? Nicola Coughlan. She's great. She's really great. I don't know if I would put her like as like one of the best, but I love watching her in that show. She always never fails to make me laugh. I'm trying to think of others that I've really, really enjoyed that are maybe on the younger side that are kind of new. I loved Dune, Timothée Chalamet and Dune. That was fun. I've been on a Mission Impossible kick lately, so Tom Cruise, just for that, like in his wheelhouse, those crazy stunt movies, always are entertaining. So yeah, would it be crazy for Korchinski to be the first defenseman off the board? What keeps him out of that second tier? Yeah, I think Korchinski would be an interesting one to be the first defenseman off the board. I would be surprised, but not shocked. I think his defensive game needs a lot of work in a lot of different ways. He's not physically strong enough yet. He's mobile in a straight line, but monitoring those lateral defensive entries is still a bit of a problem. He takes the foot off the gas pedal a little bit too much. For every really good rush he quarterbacks, there are bad ones as well. Just a very weird mix of potential and issues that I think will all come out in the wash, and I think he'll be a good sort of second pair guy that you can maybe put on a power play. But yeah, I'm not. I get it. Like he's part of this big soup of players that can go anywhere in the first round from like 7 to 25. So yeah, it's tough. What do you think about the Bolts complaining about a miss too many men call for the OT winner? I looked at the tape, like it had no impact on the play. And I think Tampa had more than 5 guys on the ice themselves. Like, I don't know. Like, I'd be upset too if you were in a Stanley Cup final and you have the chance to three-peat. Like, think about the difference between 3-1 going back to Colorado and 2-2 going back to Colorado. And that and if there's an inkling in your mind that it was taken from you illegitimately, it's gonna stick in your head, right? Like, if you're that competitive that you're the head coach of a National Hockey League team going for a Stanley Cup, your third in a row, and the balance of power in the thing might be tipped away from you because of something that might have been a call. Yeah, it would be a thorn in your buttocks, I would think. I'd be surprised if it wasn't. So, I mean, I think it was emotional. I think that's why he was like, I'll talk to you tomorrow. Like, this is, I feel upset for the guys because we should still be playing, but I'll talk to you tomorrow. I think that's a perfectly reasonable and rational response. People are dunking on him. People are dunking on people all day, but that's just how it is on the internet. I think when I look at that play, I'm like, look, like, there's nothing that really changes in that play because of it. But I get it. And I think the Bolts had... The thing I also think it also goes to show that I noticed last night is that it's absolutely incredible. So it seemed like before this season in the playoffs, the game was completely different. But now it seems like refereeing and everything is much more realistic and logical until it's like close to an elimination situation. As soon as it's like the season is kind of on the line, like the season was on the line in a sense for the Tampa Bay Lightning in overtime or in that game last night, and trying to win that at home and trying to even up the series. Like that was kind of, and I've heard, like, I was listening to 32 Thoughts and they're like, oh yeah, this is the best refereeing crew that the NHL has. And I'm sitting there going, yeah, but like think about all of the stuff that went in that game uncalled. And it was going on both sides. Like, it was insane. It was a bloodbath. Just ridiculous. And so it's like, well, yeah, it doesn't surprise me that teams are pushing things a little bit, right? Like, they're going, okay, what if we throw Nazem Kadri over the boards like an extra 3 seconds in advance in overtime? What happens? Are they going to notice? Because they haven't been calling anything all night. And then Tampa might go, yeah, let's do this. Let's throw a guy out there a little earlier. It's like, well, this is why it's important to actually call the rules, even if it's an elimination game. Like, that's because then you end up in a situation where no one knows what's allowed and what isn't, or what is too many men and what isn't, or whatever. And it's like, I don't know. I lean on the side that it wasn't an issue last night, but I get it. And also, welcome to the NHL playoffs. Things that are controversial happen literally all the time. Favorite band or musical artist? Right. Actually, I listened to music while I worked during the day, and I listened to The War on Drugs' newest album, came out last year. I love The War on Drugs. That's the phrasing out of context. That is a terrible thing to say. I love throwing people in prison for minor drug possession charges. I don't believe that that's a good idea. The band, The War on Drugs, is awesome. Love them. What else? That's the only one that's coming to mind recently that I've listened to. There's a band called Magdalena Bay, an electric pop duo that I love. Who else? I love Black Midi as well. They're a great band that I've loved listening to ever since they did a KEXP show in Reykjavik, which is on YouTube. You got to check that out. It's a lot of fun. There's a lot. I mean, I'll say this. I'll get on my pedestal again for like 30 seconds here. When people tell you that they don't make music like they used to, they're lazy. They're being lazy and being dumb, because if you go digging a little bit, there's an unbelievable amount of really unbelievable music out there that just doesn't get shoved down your throat all day, and you won't see at the record shop when you go down there. It's amazing what you'll find when you just hit a song on Spotify or on YouTube and hit just start radio station and what pops up. So highly recommend you just do that for a few hours and see what comes up, because you'd be surprised at what you find. I'm also a big Snarky Puppy fan, and any of that world of music, that sort of new funk jazz thing that kind of comes and goes. It comes until everybody finds it really annoying, and then it goes away, and then 10 years later it comes back and everyone finds it annoying and it goes back. And yeah, so like guys like Corey Wong, Wolfpack, classics, all great, regardless of what anyone says. So hope that helps. Last year, Simone Robertson fell to 71 to St. Louis. He was originally projected as a first-round pick. How has his development gone, and who can you see in his draft who may fall similarly come draft day? Yeah, Robertson falling that far really surprised me. I could see someone like Seamus Casey slipping like that far. I could see... even, I don't know, I hate to say it, but maybe Isaac Howard I could see. I would hate it, but I could see it. How has Robertson's development gone? I thought he played pretty well this year, all things considered. He didn't play very many minutes, but I tried to watch him as much as I could because I have a vested interest in him. He's a member of Team Scouching. And I really thought he played better than his numbers would indicate. The shot is still there. The skill is still there. He's still working on his skating at the SHL level. But I thought that, he didn't really get a lot of support. He was playing like on a checking line, and he's not that type of player. I hope he can earn more ice time next year and sort of break out a little bit more. But yeah, he's going to be a long-term project. But I was happy to get him at 71. That's a really, I thought that was great. Not that I was happy to get him at that pick, and even though he went at 71, and I think the only player in that range that has really outperformed was the one that was picked instead of Robertson at that pick, which was Matt Nyes. Like, I don't know who else after that has really had such an incredible season as Matt Nyes that I can kick myself in the butt. But I don't know. I can't renege on what I thought about Matt Nyes going into the draft last year. I'm so excited for the draft. The Kings don't have stellar picks, but I feel like there's a lot of low-key gems this year. Well, yeah, that's the thing. Like, this year there's a lot of guys that are roughly similar and different types of players, and depending on what you feel like you can develop and what you feel like you can't, you could do really well. So we'll see what happens. I'm fascinated to see how it goes, and I can't wait. I'm honestly, I'm pretty much done my tracking since my rankings are now locked in. Next week for me personally is very busy. And then I'm going to Montreal right after that next week. So, pretty much finished. Just got to finish the last two videos and send them off. So yeah, I'm just happy. I'm just ready for it to be over. Do you think NHL teams will release players to the August World Junior? That tournament has the potential of being one of the best on best in the last 10 years. I think they'll be more open to it for sure, because even if something happens in August, like if they miss a month, they'll probably still be ready for preseason or something, or be in camp. And I think if you have a young player on injured reserve, you can keep them on your roster and have them go through their rehab and everything with your team. I think that happened with a few players last year. And so maybe that's possible, and you got NHL teams see some value in that possibility if the worst happens. So you might see some more players that would usually not be able to go, even if it just keeps them fresh in the summer. So I personally wouldn't be too afraid of it, but yeah, I could see it happening. Am I wrong for contesting the fact that this is a weak draft? Might not have McDavid, but I think it has a lot of depth. There's a lot of interesting players. I will never ever, you'll never ever catch me saying that a draft class will be bad or good. I think when I look at this draft class, I see a lot more middling talent, like middle of the road talent than prior years, but not as much high end firepower. Like, I don't think there's many guys here that are clearly going to be game changers for the teams that draft them. But there's a lot of players that could slot in some other place in the lineup and do well. And I think it's entirely possible. But a lot of things depend on development and everything. It's really hard to tell what drafts are going to be strong or weak in advance. 2020, I think, was also an embarrassment of riches. 2020 was incredible. And that one was kind of beating you over the head with how good it was. But that's also rare. And I feel like a lot of people are used to that type of thing because 2020 was a big year. And it hasn't quite been at that level. So now every draft is bad. But I don't know. You have a point, though. Who, in your opinion, are the best scouts? Any names? Well, EP Ringside has a good group of people. Cam Robinson, David St. Louis, JD Burke. Like, they all do an incredible amount of work. Mitch Brown is just ridiculous with the amount of work that he does. Lauren Kelly as well on the ground doing a whole bunch of good work. So there's a bunch of good people working over at EP. I like any scout who is not afraid to go, here is what I think and why, and I don't give a crap what anyone thinks. Craig Button doesn't really exemplify, I don't give a crap what anyone thinks, but he puts his work out there and you know that you can kind of tell that he's doing the work. So you can say what you want about his lists and everything, but he's there, he's on the ground, he's doing the work, he's been in the biz, like he knows what he's doing. Who else comes to mind? I mean, Tony Ferrari, I love. Sam McGilligan, those guys are like friends of mine. Josh Tesler as well at SMOT. Paul Zook was in the mock draft there. He's also a guy who, I've only met him once, but, based on the work that I've read of his over at SMOT, guy also knows what he's doing. Jordan Millette, obviously, just joined Puck Prep, so congrats. He's another one. Mikhail Holmes sucks, though, so keep that in mind. What did you think about the NBA number 1 overall pick? I don't know. I haven't watched it. I've been on the weekend and midnight binge. Yeah, good. Yeah, faux 80s is a good way to go. True. Look up Owain. Yes, I have actually been listening to them. Yeah, they're really, really good too. I do know the name. I do know that band. Yes. Will Wyatt Johnston become a future NHL player in your opinion? Yeah, I think he'll be an NHL player. He had an unbelievable year. I had an unbelievable year. I did. He did. Wrong preposition, right? That's pronoun. Wait, is I a pronoun? No, I is a... Is it? Oh, God. I need to go back to kindergarten. I think Wyatt Johnston, he had a great year. I saw him quite a bit. Just unbelievable hands and finishing ability. I still am concerned about his size and how much, he kind of needs time and space to make plays, but he's got time to figure that out. And he had a great year. There's no reason to really think that he's not coming along well. He's doing well. He should be a player. Can you please tell Montreal Canadiens fans that Josh Anderson and Jeff Petrie aren't getting them second overall? They're not. I don't know. I don't know why New Jersey would do that. Look, picks that high will not usually get traded. They just don't. So I'd be shocked if it happens because it would be really exciting and it never happens. So anytime, and this happens every year, right? Like, oh, this pick is for sale. Oh, this team is looking at trading this pick. This team is this and this and this. They're telling media people to put that out there, right? Like, this is leaking for a reason. And it's all politics, really. And seeing what the market is like for this kind of situation. And usually it never comes to pass. I'm trying to think of an example of where a top pick was traded. Usually top picks are packaged for something, not just traded outright for assets. So I don't know. If I'm New Jersey, why am I acquiring a guy who's had injury problems in Jeff Petrie, who also did not have a particularly great year? He was fine, but I don't think he was great. And Josh Anderson, who is good at what he does. He's a good power winger, straight line guy with a great shot. But you're giving up a pretty key part of the future. If I'm New Jersey, I want a younger piece for that second overall pick. And it's going to cost you a lot. Yes, I figured. I is a pronoun. Thank you very much. Mike Lastarza thoughts. I don't really... Again, he's kind of like Jake Carabella or any of these, Matthew Poitras or any of these CHL junior guys that they're fine, but I just don't know if there's NHL hockey there. I just don't know. He's got some skill. He's not the biggest guy, but is it really super high end enough where you're going to draft him and wait 3, 4, 5 years, and at the end of it, you're going to end up with an NHL player? I just don't know. He could be a good college one based on what I've seen, but I just don't know. I'm going to do with this the last question of the night because my voice is starting to hurt from all of this. So thoughts on Jackson Panzer. That name sounds familiar. That name sounds familiar. Oh. Jackson Panzer, Sioux Falls Stampede. I don't think I've seen this player play. But I'll check them out. I would be very, very wary of players that are a point per game in the NAHL and good. I think East Grand Forks is a Class A team, but I'll check them out. I'll check out this Jackson Panzer fella. I can't say he'll make it on my list if he's really good, because I've locked it in already, but it doesn't hurt to mention it before the draft. How would you rate Zhilkin's playmaking? It's fine. Like, it's good. He's a good volume playmaker. The problem with Zhilkin is the pace of his game isn't always great, and he's very sort of offensively focused. I like Zhilkin, though. Like, if you get Zhilkin, and if he's a third-round guy and people forget about him, then I think you have a good third-round pick there. He's got good hands. He's agile with his hands and his feet in conjunction, but building speed and generating power is still a problem, or at least a work in progress. But the playmaking is definitely strong. He's a strong playmaker in a number of situations. It's just a matter of identifying targets that are actually there and hitting them, rather than just putting pucks in front and hoping something works out, which happens a little bit too often with him. Is Kamel in the risk of being a good junior level player but not a good senior or NHL player? I think he'll be a good player. Maybe not a top line guy. You know, you could put him on the face-off circle on a power play and have a player. He needs other guys to help him out, though. It's going to be a matter of who you surround him with and what your expectations are. But if you set them pretty low and think, look, he's a scorer, he can also play some pretty physical hockey as well from time to time, which is a plus. Personally, I think the hype got way out of control early in the year, but a top 15 guy I think is perfectly reasonable in my opinion. I keep hearing amazing things about Brock Faber. Any thoughts on him? He could be a rock-solid defenseman. I don't think there's a huge upside there with Faber, but he's mobile and a good enough passer to make it work as a defense-first guy that might be able to chip in offensively here. I like Brock Faber a lot. I should have tracked him a few years ago. I wanted to. I just didn't end up with the time. But yeah, he's a guy that I think might not have like top offensive potential, but you know, I think he could be a good player, like a good defensive player. I'm going to ask you about another high school guy, but do you like Joey Moldoni? I've seen him play. I watched some USHL tape that he had at the end of the year. Again, similar to a guy like Lastarza. Like, I don't mind Moldoni. I feel like someone will draft him and let him develop in the USHL and in college. You know, he's got a really nice shot. His prep school, the teams he was playing weren't particularly great, but he was dominant. I've seen him quite a bit over the year, and I had him on my list for a little while, but he just got bumped off because, you know, another one of these sort of undersized guys with decent finishing ability and a low level of play. And I think at the USHL, his lack of pace and strength and really evasion at that level was kind of exposing him a little bit. But I can't say that he can't develop, and I can't say that a small USHL sample means anything. But I'm going to call it a night, folks. Thank you so much for joining me. This was a ton of fun. It is every single year. Oh my God, I have so many hiccups. So please stay tuned we've got 3 more scouting reports that are on YouTube for patrons and YouTube members. So we've got 3 of those ready to go. Lane Hudson will be tomorrow. Hopefully Connor Geeky will be in the coming couple of days. And then the last one available will be Brad Lambert. So if you're a patron, you can access that one already. And then Shane Wright will come out after, and the rankings will come out last minute there. So thank you very much for joining me. If anyone is going to be at the draft, hopefully I can meet you for a second when I get some time. That'd be great. Just get at me. We'll figure it out. The draft stream will be day 2 strictly only, and day 1 I'll try to send some videos from the arena and post some stuff to Twitter and on YouTube as a short. So thank you very much for joining me. This was a lot of fun, and feel free to make fun of each other for the draft picks that you made in the mock draft. And we'll see you. There might not be a stream next week because I'll be very, very busy with other stuff in my life, but the week after there will be at least 2 streams, I think. One more fun one and an actual pre-draft fun stream. So stay tuned for that. We'll see you around. Thank you very much for joining me. Stay safe, and we'll see you then.